Another player enters the arena. When you were in. Distracted by shiny, mouthy things. If he recorded sleepy time audiobooks, I'd buy them. I don't know. You do talk a lot of shit. They want to leave the band, no doubt, and become UFC champions. A violent love triangle, you might want to call it. I'm excited. I'm not trying to be a dickhead, but I am one, so that's how it comes across. The middleweight division is having a little bit of a struggle to pry the championship belt from the claws of Isreal Adesanya. Whittaker fell short twice, Vittori's dreams vanished, Costa probably needs to put the pies down, Romero ran away. It's getting to be slim pickings. Okay, so Whittaker actually did give Izzy a little show for his money, but it wasn't really the Izzy that we all know and love. All in all, he cuts through the competition like butter. And you know how the fans love/hate a dominant champ? They thirsty for some drama. Enter Jared Cannonier? Enter Alex Pereira. The guy Izzy isn't even fighting this weekend, and yet that is the storyline that all of our eyeballs are glued to.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ayy, coming down like precipitation. I ain't never met a limitation. Hater plotting my elimination. Gotta go to Google for the information. I'm a superstar, so I gotta shine. Top dollar be the bottom line. Bottom feeding out of line. Turn your heart rate to a dotted line. Yeah, my zodiac probably $sign. Got the energy to win it, I'm feeling great. Got a date with destiny, focusing on my fate. I don't give a f what you rapping, you been a fake. I'm everything that they ain't, it can't be, it won't be. Wanna see me fall, I can't go, I won't leave. Coming from the block with plain clothes and police. Straight up to the top with bankrolls and rollies. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ayy, 12 can't really stop, so I'm still pushing like a mosh pit. Ice dripping, think I'm hot, in a yellow bucket with the mop stick. I've been jugging jams like wholesale, everything must go sell. Hitting with the old well, need 100 million on the low scale on my work.
You know what? I'm not a complete twat, so let's talk about Jared Cannonier. I bet Izzy isn't looking through him, despite the comments about making it look easy. Easy Adesanya. Easy Ades, you can have that one. So you shouldn't look through him either. Cannonier is a veteran of 3 different weight divisions across his UFC run. He finished fellow veteran Derek Brunson with some vicious ground and pound elbows in the 2nd round of their fight to claim his 5th win in his last 6 outings. He took a little detour via a decision loss to Whittaker, but those 5 wins are a who's who of bad bitches. Hermanson, Gastelum, Silva, Branch, and that Brunson fight was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Cannonier brought the pressure and his striking looked so impressive. Brunson was naturally trying to use his wrestling, but Cannonier's defense stood up, and so did he. The end of the first round looked like trouble for Cannonier. Trouble, trouble. When you were in. But he wasn't playing come round 2, picking Brunson apart. Heavy punches and kicks. And a sweet combo stunned Brunson, which marked the beginning of the end. Despite his concerns about the UFC's tendency to get distracted by shiny, mouthy things, this win earned him the title shot over Sean Strickland, who's actually on a 6-fight win streak, but maybe those wins aren't quite as high caliber as Cannonier's. I really enjoy Cannonier's presence. Like, if I was in a room with him, I think I'd just feel safe. Like, if shit were to go down, I know that he'd just handle it, no sweat. His military training would kick in and we'd all be okay. If he recorded sleepy time audiobooks, I'd buy him. He's like a still stretch of water in the midst of a hurricane, for example. Why does this clip bring me so much joy? After this event, he said, "I'm there to watch the circus, not be part of the circus." Felt that. That's a bit of me, that is. He said he was protecting his energy and they were having a good time, and that's great, but that was how he had a good time. And it's not the same for everyone. Preach. And this composure will definitely benefit him against Izzy. For my money, this is an incredible matchup. They're both really technical, really precise. Cannonier is too experienced and too smart to make the kind of mistakes that Izzy usually capitalizes on. Cannonier has raw power. Izzy has movement, length, unpredictability. Cannonier is fighting in his backyard. Izzy couldn't give less of a shit. Both have great conditioning. Both will utilise all of their weapons. But Cannonier has been given trouble in the past by technical fighters, and Izzy is as technical as they come. Plus, Izzy is stepping out and stepping up to silence the critics that said that Whittaker won that last fight and should be the current champion. He just wants to prove he's the best. Izzy can control the hands, create opportunities, retreat without breaking stance, fire counters without missing a beat. I'm excited. But like I said, it's the backstage, bigger story that I'm really hyped about, that has us all prepping the popcorn and settling in for another juicy episode. We all know by now that Alex Pereira entered the UFC with a real fucking chip on his shoulder. How dare Izzy be considered one of the greatest martial arts in the whole damn world, celebrated on such a huge platform, when Alex has beaten him twice. But Alex, baby, that's kickboxing. Yes, you got the decision victory over Izzy in 2016 at Glory of Heroes 1. And yes, you knocked him out cold a year later with a sweet left hook. Yeah, went stiff as a board, required oxygen. Yes, maybe you did see him crying on a wall outside afterwards. I don't know. You do talk a lot of shit. This is a different ball game. Izzy has done more than enough to earn his crown, and you've got to do a hell of a lot more to get a chance to take it off of him, in my opinion. However, Pereira, or maybe his manager, I don't know, someone, has said that the UFC has guaranteed the winner of Pereira-Strickland the next shot at the title. Alex has only had 6 MMA fights in total, but all of that is not to say that those 6 fights, and specifically his run in the UFC so far, has not been super impressive. That flying knee in his debut was a beaut, and the interest in the rivalry became a little bit more palpable. Palpable? No. Yes, I don't know. We got more excited. I'm here for it. You know I love the stories. And Izzy seems to be here for it as well. You know, he's probably as excited about a new challenge as we all are. People who think that champions pick easy fights don't understand the mindset of a champion. They live to prove themselves against the toughest competition. They want to leave no doubt. They want to leave the band No Doubt and become UFC champions. Izzy said himself the division needs something new. He's lapping everyone. So he hopes that Alex does well in the UFC. He wants to stand opposite him again. Alex, however, thinks that is bullshit. In fact, he's been running his mouth non-stop since he signed the contract. Maybe he's just a super slick businessman, like building that interest. Can't knock him for it. And for a lot of fans, that will do the trick. For me, I don't know. I think it looks a little desperate. He says Izzy is scared, is fooling the fans, and if he really wanted to fight him, he would have catapulted him right up to title contention the second he was in the UFC, even cancelling the Whittaker fight to make that one happen. It's just fucking disrespectful. It's disrespectful to Whittaker, to Cannonier, to the whole damn roster. You are just getting started in this new world. You haven't proven that you can hang with the big boys. I think Alex just doesn't want to face a grappler on his way up. It would be a real shame for him and this storyline if his weaknesses were to be exposed before he got anywhere near the top of the division. Both of his matchups in the UFC have been against strikers so far, and he's about to face another one. He may as well be still fighting in glory. That being said, he has been working closely with Glover Teixeira, so he must have some grappling, but I doubt those skills would stand up against lifelong practitioners like Ya Brunson, Ya Hermansson. Glover says that Pereira has been ready for Izzy from that very first MMA fight. Yeah, probably, but what about everyone else in the division? You cannot just train for the champ. You are just so focused on that one fighter. You are relying on your backstory and your big mouth to get you a fight, and it doesn't always work out that way. Don't hate the game, hate the player. That's what people say. For someone that says that he didn't come to the UFC to chase Adesanya, he seems to be super obsessed with him. And assuming that Izzy is the same fighter today that Alex faced the last time in 2017 would be a massive mistake. Izzy has been solely focused on MMA for 10 years now. He's tested his skills against the toughest competition in the entire world, and he has beat them all at middleweight. He has a grappling edge over Alex Pereira despite being known for his flashy striking. He's stuffed takedown attempts from some of the best wrestlers like Brunson and Vittori. And he's a BJJ purple belt. And the difference in MMA experience between the two of them is immense. Apples and oranges. Apples and oranges. But the upcoming bout against Strickland will be a huge step up in competition for Pereira and shouldn't be like sniffed at, but it's still probably not going to test his wrestling or grappling. Strickland is best known for his boxing skills, and if he does beat Strickland this weekend, then his opportunity to really prove himself to be the better fighter and even to be the better player in Izzy's own domain may come sooner than we think reasonable. But just when we thought it couldn't get any more exciting, another player enters the arena. Jason Wilnis has an interesting resume. The former Glory champ holds wins over both Adesanya and Pereira, and now he's also made the switch to MMA. Ooh. And Jason has been showing promise in his new career. He was 2-0 going into his last bout, which he lost, but he lost it due to like a dislocated finger doctor stoppage. It wasn't through want of trying. The ref just wasn't having it. Jason has a reputation for his ferocious striking style, but the fighter nicknamed Psycho has been working super hard to round out his game. He's really found a love for grappling, for fighting off the cage, fighting off his back, learning new techniques, learning to escape, knowing how to optimize his time in the clinch, and adapting his striking style to better suit MMA. Despite his recent setback, his arrival into the world of MMA certainly adds another twist to this exciting storyline. A violent love triangle, you might want to call it. Now, both of Izzy's exes need to put in a little bit more work and a little bit more time before they have a claim to his riches in my opinion. But I'm so excited to see how this story unfolds and to see what Pereira brings to the octagon. Not just this weekend against Sean Strickland, but against someone who isn't just going to stand and strike with him. And I'm not going to give Strickland or his path to victory or his backstory or his fucking ignorance any airtime. So I'll see you Monday! And I'll link another Issy viddy, gross, for you on the end screen in case this merely whet your appetite. Like, subscribe, let me know in the comments if you think Alex is gonna one day rip that belt from Izzy's cold dead, hopefully not dead, cold sad fingers. Next Monday's video we'll be talking about the trilogy between Max Holloway and Volkanovski. I'm hype. See you then. Don't know why I keep doing this. Love ya.